Hey, what's up guys? Jesse the Mycophiliac here. So we're gonna do a quick video. We're gonna tap this tree here for some birch, collect this a couple gallons, and then we're gonna reduce it down and grow a couple different myceliums on there and see how the different liquid cultures react to roughly 4% birch solution. So we're only gonna reduce it down to like a third to a quarter of its actual weight, and we'll make a couple liquid culture jars from there. So we'll go ahead and drill us tonight. I've got this little connector valve from a nebulizer device, and got a little hose here from a breathing device, clean and sterile hose. So both of these are clean and sterile, but I am going to probably give this a hammer on one side to get it in, to stay in, and then I'm going to hang the jug with this little piece of wire, and it should be full by tomorrow sometime, so I'll check it tomorrow afternoon, and you guys will be here for that. So I've already checked, by the way, the other day, and it's leaking pretty good now. So a little hole up here. I can find a nice flat spot. See some nice water running there. Give this a nice little hammer in. Right, yeah, we have a nice sap running there. Alright, now a nice flow around that. Crack the edge a little bit here. Oh, this might be filled pretty fast. Pretty sweet. There we go. And you can see how quickly that's running. Oh, dog's getting in there, but you can hear it dripping pretty fast. So we should have a gallon pretty fast, and we'll reduce it down. It supposedly comes out about 1% sugar, sometimes a little more for some, but yeah. See you tomorrow. See, we're out here in the morning. It's about 7. About 12, 13 hours later, it's a little over full, so we're gonna change that out. Get another one on there. Just to make sure we have enough. We try to get a couple gallons here. You know, we're just changing out jugs. Take this one off and cap it. One raw, unfiltered gallon birch water. Good to go. Take our little homemade fashion clip off of here. Right back on. Bit, not going anywhere. All right, we'll be back when we start boiling some of this down. All right, so we're back. This second gallon's almost full, and we're gonna upgrade to this 3-gallon jug here. Gonna bungee cord it to the tree and get these second gallon into the house. Second jug secured. Here's the rest of this. That's a tube. this. Already dripping away. Second gallon's full, mostly full. Have like partial quart jar in there we pulled off last night for everyone to try. Stay tuned to boiling it down, creating some liquid, 4% solution for liquid culture. All right, so we've harvested. I had to go back out and get some more, and we have now 8,800 grams of birch water, or 8,800 milliliters. So we're going to reduce that down to about a quarter of it, about 2,200 milliliters. And then we'll separate that into mason jars. That'll give us about 550 milliliters per mason jar, or 550 grams per mason jar. And then we're going to use that to continue on with our liquid culture. But first, we got to get these jugs into our giant stock pan and reduced down. And boom, that's right up to about 8,800. And you're wondering, I'm going to measure. Already done this once, but I'm going to do it again. It's been sitting. Take this end of the measuring stick here, and I'm going to actually measure it. That's how we're going to keep track of this. So let that sanitize, just because I want it to be clean. And we're now lit. Run that on high for a while. Just bring up the temp, and we're going to make sure this is dry, and we're going to take a measurement. .5 inches in the middle, right on that line. Gonna bring that up here so you can see. Boom. About 4.5 inches. Right at about 4.5 inches. All right, we'll be back once we get that done simmering down and reduced down to right down to about 1.25 inches, about 1 inch and what's that? 4.5, about 16ths and 8ths, about 1 1/8 inches. So or about 1 inch and one, yeah, about 1 1/4 inches should be. So pretty good math. I don't do public math, but that's where we're going to get it down to. 1 1/4 inches. That should give us where we need to be. Double check that math and be back. We're at about 1.5 inches. Gonna keep going until it's down to 1 1/8 of an inch. Double check that math, and that's what we're gonna do there. All right, we got it boiled down to 1 1/8 of an inch. It's approximately down to a 1/4 of what we put in here. We put in 8,800 milliliters, and reduced it down to roughly what should be around 2,200 milliliters, and that's going to give us 550 milliliters per quart bottle for our liquid culture. Now I'm going to try to dump this in these jars. All right, we got our 4-quart jars. Got our cool dual injection port, HEPA filter, mushroom lids from Amazon. We'll go ahead and put our magnetic stir bars, one in each, so we can make sure to oxidize these ones and give this every chance it can to succeed. Got our aluminum foil ripped up, ready to go to put these in. So we're going to try to dump around 550 milliliters in each one of these from that jar. The mix is the same, so we'll just even it out after I get it dumped into jars. Even these jars out. Should be roughly 4% sugar now. That's good, about 450. Not quite, a little over 6. Alright. That one's pretty close. These things are piping hot. $500. Okay, so it's evened up to just about 500 milliliters per. So I got it just over 500 milliliter line on each of these. A little less on that one, so just because I want to get a little more spot on there. All right, got those on. Put our fancy lids up. Stuff's still hot coming off the lid. Let it steamed off a little more since I removed it. Give you all a look how that came out. Nice amber color. Has tons of particles floating in there. So I didn't filter it because what I'm thinking is the mushrooms may love to eat that, especially the Hericium strain. So we're going to put some Hericium in there. This is unstrained. Left all the pulpous bark in there. So you can see what all of these look like. Hopefully it gives mycelium something to attach to. All right, so we're going to cover it with our aluminum foil. That's my thinking anyway. That's my hypothesis behind this, is that Hericium strains will like this a lot. Maybe the Reishi strains as well. I filled the Instapot up so that the liquid would go pretty far up the jars. What I read was that sometimes your jars can get cloudy because it'll cook the sugars if the water's too low. So if you get the water high up to where it's covering the liquid in some of your jars, it won't make it cloudy. So got the water up pretty high. All this stacked towards the middle. Pressure, keep warm off. We're going to make that go all the way down to 30 minutes for sterilization, even though it's probably going to be pretty sterile. And headed on 2.5 for the grain. We're in those grain jars. And we'll be good to go. All right. See when it comes out and cools down, and then we'll be inoculating tomorrow. All right, got our birch water condensed down into a quarter of its original size. Looks like these new lids performed well in the cooker. Everything seems to be nice and tight. None of the filters seem to pop off. None of the things popped out. So I got a 12 pack for 30 bucks. That's a deal. I'll probably buy more of those. And without further ado, we're going to inject these. So the first one that I really want to do is lion's mane. So I'm really curious to see how the lion's mane performs on our approximately 4% birch solution, 4% birch sugar water that we got straight from the birch tree, unfiltered. So this is the one I'm really excited to check out. You can see we got this nice lion's mane liquid culture, been growing in the bottom here for about 6 weeks now. So it's been cultured on honey water. Give it a stir. Oh yeah, and it breaks up really nice. So I feel like lion's mane doesn't really need a magnetic stir bar, but we're going to give it a nice stir anyway. All right. Don't really need it. I'm going to get us a syringe, and I spray everything off before I even bring them in the tent, into the lab, so they'll stay that way. In this video, we're just going to inoculate these 4. And we are only going to inoculate antler reishi, king oyster, golden oyster, and lion's mane into these 4 birch, and we're going to see how they do. Get 4 needles. Gonna get 4 syringes. Running out of room in the lab. Waiting on the shelf to show up so I can stack everything over here on this side. Said it should be here next week. Four syringes. The first one we're going to do is going to be lion's mane. So we're going to put a big old L, LM, HE for Hericium erinaceus. It is the Hericium erinaceus. Use our alcohol soaked paper towel. Make sure that's completely soaked. Let that sit for a second. Go ahead and put this on the golden oyster. Yeah, you can see that's very nice looking. even though I did spray down the tint you saw at the beginning. I like to give it both possible still air effect and you get the still air box effect and hopefully the HEPA filter flow. Nice and filled up. Nice. Beautiful. Nice thick mycelium coming out of there. There we go. Set this down here. I like to give it a stable platform so there's no sticks. Put that on there. Use another wipe and sit for a second. Oh yeah, it looks real good. See that? Some nice lines made in there. Now just put all 10 milliliters in there. All right. Nice and chunky. Looks good. So that was our lion's mane on our homemade birch solution directly from the birch tree. Put the lion's mane out of the way. Get the golden oyster up here. Oh yeah, plenty of alcohol on there. That golden oyster's thick. You can see that. Beautiful, beautiful golden oyster. I'll make this quick, quicker than the last one. Let's speed it up a little now. Open in front of the HEPA filter. Keep pulling it back over here. Try to make sure you guys can see. That's good. Nice and broken up. Oh, nice. Thick. There we go. Nice. Nice thick of mycelium in there. Oh yeah, real nice. 10 milliliters golden oyster. Cover right up. Oh yeah. 10 milliliters golden oyster. Put this up here. Next we're going to do king oyster. These ones are using that new master culture lids. So I don't even need syringes for these. Really excited. Not to withdraw anyway. Refolding that. Spraying. Plenty of alcohol on there, but just in case. This is the next one. See how this works? This first use of this bad boy, I'm going to leave that here. Hopefully stay sterile. Twist it on. And bam. How about that? Nice. Thick. Give it a couple punches, honestly. There we go. Yeah, nice. Get some thickness out of it. Alright, Sterilizer. Keep this in front of the sterile air. Should have prepped this first. Do that for the other one. Inoculate. 10. King oyster. Needle this time. Get that prepped. My root fingers, make sure that's nice and clean. Yeah. Good. Get there. Yeah. Beautiful. All right. Antler Reishi. Oh, all right. Got our master cultures over here. So we've inoculated our birch water. See what kind of growth we get on there. And get our nice amber birch water. So I think it'll be cool to find out if we can grow us some nice mycelium on there, how it turns out. So to recap, we have the golden oyster, the antler reishi, the king oyster, and the lion's mane, or Hericium marinaceus. So we've inoculated our birch with. So thank you for watching. If you watched this far into the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and follow for part 2. So I'll let you know how this looks in a couple of days.